Anybody else want to share something? Father Caddy. Believe it or not, he taught us that many years ago. You can imagine how long he's ordained.
55. This goes back to the high school days when Monsignor Whalen was the rector. And if you remember, the high school refectory was under really where the kitchen is now. It was under that wing of the chapel. And if you recall, we would celebrate a student's birthday at breakfast. We would sing 2 verses of Happy Birthday. The second verse, of course, was hooray for whoever it was, hooray for him. Hooray for so-and-so, he's a horses. Okay. So, I happened to have to go back up into the chapel, and they started singing the song. Well, who was sitting in the corner of the chapel at his prie-dieu praying very piously was Monsignor Whalen. And I thought, oh my God, he knows we sing that song. He didn't watch. He's more tolerant than I thought. I think we all know Monsignor First was a little bit of a character. I was in my room as a student, and I had been assigned to the school to the seminary library. So Monsignor First leaves his room, goes to a room adjacent to his to get a student. He said, "You go down and get Mr. Caddy." So the student comes to my room, and he said, "Monsignor First wants to see you in his room." So I go down to Monsignor First's room, and he said, "Here's a book that belongs in the library." So I had to take the book back to the library. He couldn't have given it to the student who came to get me. It's just one more story about, this is now Bishop Whalen. I was ordained in 1964, and we didn't get our assignments until after we were ordained, which was probably a good thing. I go in to meet with him a week or 2 after ordination, and he couldn't find my assignment right away. He said, "Well, open your letter." Well, then he found it. He said, "Well, you're being assigned part-time to St. Robert's Parish and part-time to St. Mary's Seminary." I thought, in 1964, to go back to the seminary, he must really hate me. And not even Monsignor Murphy realized that I had been assigned to the seminary. I mean, he called me and he said we should have a meeting, but it was very apparent. He didn't even know I was coming to the seminary faculty. Certainly I didn't know either. But this goes into Monsignor Spitzing. Remember creeping Jesus? He always had a habit of coming into the chapel to celebrate Mass just as we were leaving for breakfast, which meant if you were serving his Mass, you missed breakfast. So you would spell each other off. You would have 2 servers for Mass. One day I was serving for Monsignor First, and he said, "I need my medicine." So I had to go up to his room. He had a bushel basket full of pills. So I brought the bushel basket down to the altar for him. And then when Monsignor Spitzing left the faculty, Monsignor Murphy called me, and I'm ordained now 2 years. He said, "Would you teach homiletics temporarily until we can find somebody else?" He said, "And you can go to Catholic U this summer, for a couple of weeks of instantaneous public speaking," which I did. So, 14 years later, I was still teaching homiletics. But, it was a great assignment. I thought, I didn't know what to expect, but it really turned out really well. And, of course, I had 14 wonderful years here, too, so I've been truly blessed. But, living on the fact, I was there 14 years at St. Mary's, living with all those unusual people. But I still kept my sanity, I think.
Thank you so very much. Anybody else want to share something at this point? There's one story we want to share, and it was when I was a deacon. By that time, I was Archbishop Hoban died. He died the same year we were ordained, a couple of months before, I think. So Monsignor Murphy asked me if I would take care of the assignment of seminarians to watch, to take 4 of them at a time to be around. And so I did. And I took some of my favorite classmates and gave them in the middle of the night, and things like that. So I thought that was kind of well done. So about during this process, during the day, I'm walking by my senior comes up and he says, strangest thing happened, the bus of the Archbishop is gone. The bus, that bus is. All he could say was, I'll look for it. And he said, also, some of the flowers that were around the casket, they're gone too. I couldn't figure out what it was. I walked into my room. There was a bus right in the middle of the bed. There were all the flowers around it. They got me back. Well, I had to figure out how to get his back to its place. So I thought, well, I'll wait till evening. So then with the help, remember Charlie, you helped me? Got to carry part of it. Tom Tiff was carrying it. This thing weighed a ton. We're taking down the corridor, and Doc first walks out of his room, and he says, what are you doing? He said, I can't answer, Monsignor, because of the grand silence. I said, oh, okay, he went back in his room. So we were able, without telling anyone, to return everything to its place. Any other stories anybody else would like to share at this point? I just want to take a moment, please, first of all, thank all of you. We've been thanking people throughout, but please thank all of you for coming. We've done, as a group, in different ways, we've done, really this is our 4th effort at reunion. We did one on the 30th anniversary of our graduation from college. 35th anniversary, we also did. We were helped in those two very much by Joe Divis, who was before the real development of the internet, he was a living internet system in the sense that he had records and he had all sorts of things on people that really helped us a great deal. And then we did a 50th anniversary of the graduates from high school. And at that particular one, I remember 16 out of 31 made that particular gathering. And then this gathering, we've been working on for quite a while. And what's really been helpful, added to all of them, was the fact that a number of us kept meeting throughout all this time. I think Charlie, you and I, and for a long time, Tom Tiff and Neil O'Connor, then later on Bob Lobby, we met regularly. We never had exactly an organized way of meeting. Wouldn't you think we would? We didn't have an organized way, but we met regularly throughout. That's the preparation for all of the things that we did. Every one of them came from that group, that thinking. And then came the idea of meeting once a month. First Wednesday of the month, this is an ad, by the way, 11:30, first Wednesday of every month, we meet. And we've been doing that for about, 3 years, would you say, Rick? Something like 3 years. That's worked out very, very well. We have some people who are constantly there, but it's a real help to us. They're kind of the nucleus that keeps things going. And that's when we began planning for this. And we were really helped by the class that went ahead of us. And because we basically had pretty much the same menu, we had pretty much the same, almost the same format all the way through. We met at Rick's house and we met here. And everybody has been so wonderful in terms of their assisting us in preparing for it, in terms of coming and in supporting it. We received an anonymous donation that really also supports us completely all the way through. So I thank you so much for giving your time and those of you who came from other places and all the expense that was to you. We really appreciate very much what you put into that. We want to let you know that we continue to meet on the first Wednesday of the month. We'll be meeting this coming Wednesday. And we will, at Bob Evans Restaurant in Independence. Okay? And we found some people last night that live actually fairly near there. And John Vitello can't be with us today. He found out he's very, very close to that, and he didn't realize that before. So if you're free, you can come and join us. Many of you have it on certain occasions. Most of you come when you can. But if you could be with us, that's kind of a great thing to do. And I know when you're out of town, that's pretty difficult. But then when you're in town, if we're meeting, let's see if we can get together. The other thing we're trying to do is to put together, Rick's trying to do that best he can, to put together a directory of all of us. Everything from addresses and phone numbers, email addresses, all the rest, so that we're able to stay in contact with each other. We appreciate all that you've done, and also things you know about people that perhaps we don't have complete records on. That would be very helpful to us. The other thing is, when you're in town, having that will give you a chance to contact us. And so we certainly would look forward to being with those who can, with you when you can come to town. But again, it was your dedication, your willingness to come, your sacrifice to come that is the biggest thing behind all of this. We're so grateful to the CPL itself, Center Pastoral Leadership, and Phil's real effort here to make everything go the way it did, and all the effort that went into it. They gave so much, and they did all they could to make this a great visit for us, and we really appreciate that. We really appreciate the former faculty, our former faculty, for coming. Remember, you're our former faculty. You guys ever think of this? We're 50 years ordained. Wow. Anyway, so 50 years since St. Mary's Seminary. We really appreciate you coming and making this very special for us. Bishop Bill, we really appreciate that you were able to spend this time with us. And I remember, Bishop Hill, your first year on the seminary faculty was our senior year of high school. So we didn't get you as a teacher. We just heard about you. We missed that, unfortunately. But that was all of that was really a great grace to have all of you with us this evening. Rick, you want to add anything to that? Want to get the last word in?
Your comment about Bishop Pillow really raised the thought of the faculty members that are here. He is the only one that dodged the bullet of teaching us. And I think Rome thought he was so smart, they made him the bishop of Cleveland. Just finishing up, I woke a sleeping giant.
I won't prolong this, but do you remember Monsignor Heron last year?
Oh, yes. We were just talking about it.
We used to have fun with Lance Heron. You remember at St. Mary's, the balcony and the front room? Well, we were having class next door, and he had that Volkswagen. So while he was teaching, some of our guys went downstairs, picked up the car, and moved it in the back. And Baz would always go to the window and make sure his car was parked. So he walked over to the window and the car wasn't there. And we all started laughing. He came back to his desk and he said, if I didn't know legitimacy was required for ordination, I didn't work for you guys. I just want to say, too, how happy that I am that you're continuing to do this. It's very important for you to do it. I think it's important for yourselves. Those are special memories. You don't want to lose them. That's the stuff of life. When it comes down to it, those of us who have lived this long, it comes down to family and friends. All the rest of the stuff, you can do without. You can't do it without family and friends. And the friendships around here is obvious. So you need to get together. And it's good for the seminary. Because every time you get together, someone always gets up and says, I attribute my success to the basic training I had in the seminary. And when I was downtown at 9th Street, a lot of professionals worked downtown who were in the seminary. And I would go out for walks, and I'd meet a lot of them practically every day. And everyone would say the same thing. I'm so happy I had that experience because it helped me so much when I went to this school or that school, or I got this job or that job. So I think it's important for us to have you do that too. And those of us who taught you, it was fun teaching you. You were all bright young men. We were very fortunate, the quality of student we had. And it was fun to teach you. I know what some of my nicknames were, but I used to have fun. Because some of you thought they knew everything, you know. And I always used to enjoy kind of proving you didn't know everything. And so Chopper used to chop. But it was a great time in our lives. I think all the people here would make fun of it, but those were great years. I didn't want to come to teach. I wanted to be a parish priest. And 9 months after I got to St. Bartholomew, I came back to the rectory on my day off. And there was a white envelope on my desk with, remember, the wax seal. It said, "You report to Borremeo in 2 weeks." I was crushed. And so I came here, and you remember Bishop Kroll? He came here for some event. He said, "Father Pillar, how do you like your new assignment here at Borremeo?" I said, "Well, to be honest with you, Bishop, I really wanted to be a parish priest. It's been very hard." He said, "That's the romance of the priesthood." He said, "You'll get over it." So, but it did turn out, and providentially, it was a great gift for me, because they sent me away to learn economics, political science. I said, I didn't have a seminary. I had to learn all that. When I became bishop, I'm glad I took all that stuff. So God knows what He's doing. He's providential. And I just want to compliment you, because you hear good things about seminary, and we hear good things about you. You know, it's a tribute to us that you were here and enriched the church. And from what I've heard just talking with you, you continue to enrich the church. You and your wives, you're good people. You're very good people. And you've had an impact on the world. Impact that we as clergy never could have. But when you say things, you say it as a lay person who's a dedicated Catholic person. And that has a lot of impact on other people. And so you continue to do good things, and I want to thank you for all of that. It was a pleasure knowing you, and a pleasure to continue to see you. So I'd like to give you and your families a special blessing. May the blessing of Almighty God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit descend upon you and your families and grant you good health, happiness, and peace all the days of your life. Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you all very, very much this evening.
Since the formal part is over, it doesn't mean that we all have to leave. Please just feel free to mingle and leave. Mingle. Thank you so much for coming. And once again, thank you to the men that have spent 50 years